So, welcome to this week's episode of Celebrity Squares. No, wrong show. We are here for Boxing Media Hub, and blimey, there's quite an array of talent. We're sponsored by Falcon Contracting, and Jam, give yourself a shout out, mate.
In association with Jam's Boxing Chat.
Oh yes, so we've got Joel, Jam, Hawkan, Carl, Jabbit Boxing, Harrison, Neutral Corner, and
Darren.
He's just.
How can you forget me?
What a beautiful human being! I was delaying it. I was trying to build it up, mate. I was trying to build it up.
His name's right there as well.
It's
Birmingham finest.
What an array of talent. We are going for it. So obviously this weekend is the big one that people have been looking forward to. Fury versus Usyk, the undisputed, all the marbles, everything. But before we get into that one, we're going to talk about a fight that we're also absolutely buzzing for, which is Jai Opetaia versus Briedis. What an absolute beast of a fight. If you haven't seen the first one, it had everything. Broken jaw, broken nose, 12 rounds of absolute slugfest, tactical boxing. It had everything. It was what I would call the boxing fan's choice. And yeah, I can't wait for this fight again. I'd like to say who's going to go first, but I think we'll just make our way round, shall we? Jam, what a fight it's going to be. Yeah, we've got two guys that are absolutely going to go for it, and they're up for this.
It's going to be another cracker, mater. Jai Opetaia is the man at the moment. He is the boy to beat at the moment, but I don't think anyone's going to. He beat Briedis last time with two broken sides of his jaw, broken nose. He was in a mess. Still got the points win against the Latvian. Briedis is a tough operator. His only other defeat was to Usyk at Cruiser, so he's nobody's fool. He'll come to fight again, and believe me, he'll put it on Jai Opetaia. But Jai Opetaia for me is next level, mater, and I think Jai comes out and he knows now he can beat him, even in such conflictive pain as in last time. I think he comes out this time and stops him within 6, and it's going to be brutal. Hawkan.
Wow. Hawkan, over to you. All the way from Sweden. Give us your point of view, my friend.
He's got his mic.
You're on mute, Hawkan. You're on mute. See, they were the best words you've ever come out with, and we never heard them.
Oh.
Yeah. I would like to see this fight not so long after the first one.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about Briedis' capacity right now. We haven't seen him for a long time. So for me, I think he has been too inactive to get any to shock Opetaia or to even have a couple of rounds winning in the fight. So for me, Opetaia stoppage 5th round.
Well, there we have it. Over to my favourite, beautiful man below me. That's the first time I'm ever going to say that, and the last. I've got Carl.
Hey, Joe, you want to be careful because I'm not far from you at seeing them working away. I'm in Finsbury Park.
Yeah, you're still a distance. You're still a distance.
Yeah, far enough. Tell you what, though, just before I get onto my prediction, I went for a walk to get some food earlier. There's a ghastly football stadium just down the road from me. Very light on the trophy cabinet, I might add.
Oh, you walk past Tottenham. That's awful, mate.
No. I'll give you a clue. They're playing red and white and always bottle it. But anyway, on to the fight. So, obviously, Marius Briedis, 39, right? 39.
Yeah, 11 years older, Carl, yeah.
He ain't going to get many more goes on the hamster wheel. So, I'm glad to see. I'm hoping he's taking his boxing a bit more seriously now and not chasing the Jake Paul fight. He's one hell of a fighter. Let's be honest, he is one hell of a fighter, but I just think Jai's a bit fresher. And if I'm honest, I feel like boxing may have left Briedis behind a little bit with all, with his inactivity.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go for Jai too. I think he'll stop him around 9.
That's a fair call.
Yeah, he's a tough operator, Briedis. There's no denying it. But I think he's been in some wars. As you say, age against him, inactivity against him. I think it's all kind of piling in the favour of Jai,
Yeah,
but I
like
still
Joel
think
said, it's 11 years difference, Joel, isn't it? It's 11 years difference, and he's not been out since he got beat by Opetaia, whereas Opetaia's beat Zorro and Jordan Thompson in that time.
Yeah, no, and this is the thing. He's got better and better. And you think Briedis' last outing was Opetaia. So it's a tough one. Jab it boxing. Give us it, boy. Give us it.
Jabs.
Right?
So, yeah, I'm good. It's basically, I'm just going to be touching what Jams have said, Håkan, Carl, yourself. The inactivity and the age for Briedis. It's basically going to be Opetaia's fight to lose.
Yeah.
If he gets careless. I don't think you would have overlooked Briedis. I'm going with Opetaia to stop him within 8.
Yeah.
I think the first couple of rounds, first 2, 3, Briedis may take him, but I think by that time then, Opetaia would have gauged him, picked him off, and would have sussed him out, and he'd probably be getting him out of there within 8.
Yeah, no, definitely, mate, definitely. I'm going with Chris on this one. Never thought I'd say that either. Opetaia gets it done inside 6. Briedis 2 inactive, unfortunately. Yeah, big shout out to Chris as always, pummeling in the comments. And Bell, and a big shout out to Sean as well. Harrison, you handsome devil. What are you going with?
Oh, stop it. Evening, lads. It's fantastic to see everybody's here as well. It just shows you the just magnitude of these fight weeks. It's, it's just really taking back how massive this is. I don't want to sound like a broken clock and just agree with everybody here, but I think everything's been said. Yeah, I'd love to be controversial for the sake of it, but I just worry about Father Time here. The first fight, like you said, was just a thriller, one of the best fights of 2022. But that's also the problem, of course. It's been 2 years basically since that fight. Maris Briedis hasn't been seen in a ring. He took way too long with the Jake Paul fiasco, and I unfortunately think that's what's going to cost him here. Jai Opetaia also he's taken every British contingent and cruiserweight out in that time as well, and he's just looked ever increasing. I think every time he's looked more and more improved, and I'm expecting to put a bit of a clinic on here. It's fantastic that we can have this as a co-main event on such a big card, because there's no necessity to have such a great card, but we know the shaping of these Saudi Arabian cards. They just want to put every big fight on. I am looking forward to this one, but I am expecting a bit of a Jai Opetaia masterclass, and I'll go for a round 5 knockout, I think.
Yeah, that sounds a good call to me, mate.
Let's go to the happiest Scotsman I know.
Mr. Neutral's Corner.
How you doing, guys? Pleasure to be here. Boxing Media Hub. Big up Boxing Media Hub and all the guys here. As you said, it's like Celebrity Squares. I don't know whether I'm playing lots of crosses or asking questions. But fight week, what a week. As usual, the Saudis put on the greatest of shows. And, no doubt, Jai Opetaia, Mario Briedis, this is going to be a cracker. Am I right in saying that Jai got this belt take? He had to give this belt up, and now he's fighting for it again. This is only going to fire him up. So, quite agree. All the guys, this is going to be a lolly knockout. And I'll say within 4 rounds, because I think Jai is going to come out angry. And when an angry man like Jai comes out, you better watch out. Inactivity is just basically going to kill.
Might get caught if he comes out too sloppy.
I can't.
He could do, but he's a clinician, isn't he? He's improved these last 2 fights. So for me, it's just going to be a whitewash. It's going to be an early knockout.
The only thing I will say though, and I'm with Carl in this respect is the last 2 fights that Jai have had, and this is nothing against Jai. You can only beat who's in front of you. They are not to the level of Briedis. I think we can all agree on that one. They're not to the.
Jordan Thompson
He gets tagged a lot.
But he has kept.
You see that, but you're talking about a fit match fit Briedis, so you're talking about a 2-year inactive, hardly been.
Oh no, I'm only saying. I think Briedis even being inactive.
I don't
beats
think
the other
Opetaia is going to give him the time. I just don't think the time is there, or he's just going to be far too fast. Well, that's just my opinion.
Last payday for me. It's his last payday. He'll probably retire after, or he'll try and get that Jake Paul fight once Tyson knocks him out. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Well, we can
I'll
only
be
hope
surprised if it goes past 5.
Yeah, I said 6. So I'm with you, neutral.
So before we go to Dazzling Darren, we've got King Oles. I'm going a bit different to you guys. I think Opetaia will win on points, more convincing than last time due to Briedis' inactivity. Yeah, it's there. But I can't see him getting stopped. He's a tough operator. He is a tough operator, but like Carl was saying, inactivity. We've all been saying it. Age. There's so many factors going into this one, and you think you're coming off the loss as well. That's going to be in his mind. You know, is he going to try and rush it to get him out thinking, I can't take another load of brutality like last time? I think it's going to be interesting.
Sorry, Joe. That's probably the biggest thing for me, mate, is that Jai now knows he can beat him, even with all that adversity. Even with the 2 sides of his jaw broken, he still beat this man. He's going to come out knowing now that even at my worst, I can beat this man. And this guy's not fought for 2 years almost. He's older. He's going to be slower, more inactive, not as fresh. Whereas last time they met head on like a couple of bulls, rutting bulls. Now it's Jai's a rutting bull, and he's a bit of a worn down old man. And I just think Jai's going to show that level, and he's going to break him apart. I've got a feeling it's going to.
I'm going to play devil. I'll play devil's advocate a bit here, Jams. Jai Opetaia is his greatest win is Briedis, right? By a mile.
Yeah, I'd agree. Yeah,
it's his greatest win, and it was quite a close fight. So you could argue that if Briedis takes this seriously, it could be a close fight again. Let's not pretend his resume is great, because it's not. Opetaia.
No, I agree with you, mate. Yeah. I remember, though, he had both sides of his jaw broken and he's still beaten. That for me, tells me that he can beat him on his worst day. He can beat him on his best day.
But the fact that he's got both sides broke suggests that he got tagged once or twice, right? He's not going to have to go looking for him.
That'd be true.
Then I argue with myself, because he is getting better as well.
Yeah, I agree with you, mate. I completely agree. Yeah, it means he got tagged. I think he's going to be a bit more confident, a bit more secure, and a bit more resolute this time. And I think he knows what he has to do to beat him. I think he's already got the performance in him to beat him, because he did it last time. And I think this time he's going to do it 100% correctly. And that's why I went for the 6th round knockout.
Well, Mr. Aston, over to you.
Save the best till last.
We've got another one to do yet, so we might start with you.
Well, okay. The first fight, as we all know, was absolutely brilliant to watch. I'm actually quite gutted that the rematch hasn't come a lot sooner than what it has now. I mean, it's nearly 2 years in the making. We all know Briedis, quality operator, ran Usyk pretty close, gave him a very good fight at cruiserweight when Usyk was cruiserweight. I do think I'm expecting Jai Opetaia, because of Briedis' inactivity, to put on a masterclass. But the only factor for me is Briedis has never been stopped. Maybe the inactivity will play key for that, and Opetaia will stop him. But it's just a factor of Briedis has never been stopped. But is the inactivity out the ring going to cost him? I'm expecting to see an Opetaia destruction here within 6 rounds, but it's just the factor of Briedis never being stopped. And like you say, his resume isn't absolutely fantastic. He's beat, apart from Briedis, he hasn't beat a lot. But I'm expecting to put on a performance. But I think Briedis, this could be his last big payday he's looking for here. And I think Cole could be right. I think the love of boxing may have gone out of him, and this could be his payday that he's looking for, when he was speaking about Jake Paul and the likes of them before.
Yeah. Yeah, I think if those sort of fights are in your mind, I think, as you say, you're looking for the paydays. You're looking for sort of those fights where you think, actually, you know, I can make some easy dough there. Where this is an easy dough fight in the slightest. This is going out on a high, isn't it? This is a fight going out on a high, and
there's a reason, isn't there, Joel? There's a reason why all cruiserweights move up to heavyweight to earn some big dough.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited. I'm excited to actually think that Opetaia may actually step up to heavyweight eventually. I mean, looking at he looks absolutely fantastic. But do we need to keep a little bit level-headed with the opposition he's beat so far, apart from Briedis?
Yeah, and you think as well though, he could go and mop up the Bridgerweights. That could be the next step. You know, we've got that sat there. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a fan, but what I'm saying is that is the tier before.
Is that what Buat's going into now, Bridger? Is
no, Lawrence Okoli against Rosansky.
There's a reason why the WBC have got Bridgerweight, isn't there? And that's because it's awful. That's why.
Yeah.
Well, I think they'd made a title and they kind of didn't know what to do with it, so they just created another.
Well, they made belts for fun and pride. You ain't got one, Joel. You made belts for everyone.
See, knew the IBF of bloody.
I haven't got a WBC.
WBA, I think it has a super cruiserweight for the same division.
Yeah. About fighting old skull. I've never even heard of the lad. That's ridiculous.
I know. I've seen that.
I think it's fair to say
drop that belt like a lead balloon, isn't he?
I think it's fair to say we've all kind of mocked up on the Opetaia versus Briedis. Let us know in the comments, people, how you're seeing this one at home and what your predictions are for this fight and what happens to the guys win, lose or draw at the end of this one. But obviously we're going to head into the next one. I'm going to kick off with Belle. She's already put hashtag Team Fury. Hopefully she's not talking about John. We'll go into this one, but we're going to start with Mr. Darren Aston. We're going to go straight in because he thought, best comes last, so he can be first this time. Just quickly, Rosansky is only relevant in Bridgerweight. I'm disappointed in Okoli for going to fight in that division. It's not even a division when we have even got 15 fighters in there. Security guards belong in Bridgerweight. On that note, Darren, Fury versus Usyk this Saturday, main event. It's a fight we've all been looking forward to. To be fair, best versus the best on paper. Undefeated versus undefeated. Someone's O has to go, as they say, unless it's a draw. Yeah. So, Darren.
We said the same thing. Fury
won. Like all of us, I absolutely cannot wait for Saturday to come. I'm still not 100% it's going to happen until I see him in the ring with all what we've had so far. So hopefully we get it this time. A lot of people I've spoke to about this fight have actually told me to get off the fence, sitting on the fence with it, because I'm going backwards and forwards with it so many times. I'm sure, like this panel here, we've got are going to be all split with what we think.
I've changed 6 times so far, Darren. To be honest, 6 times.
I've not changed mine once.
Really?
Well, my original prediction
Here
was
it comes.
I'm going to come to my original.
What time breakfast served in his hotel?
Well, my original prediction was going to be a split decision either way. I'm expecting a very close fight. Then I've thought about the draw. Will it set up the second fight nicely?
Oh, damn, come on.
I'm expecting a chess match, very, very close fight, but my head is saying that Usyk is going to nick it on a split decision in a chess match.
My original was on splits. That was my original. Then I went Fury knockout to the body. Then I went back and I went back again. And I'm not going to tell you my outcome.
I can't see any knockouts in it. That's one thing I think. I don't see a knockout happening in this fight. I really don't.
Only to the body.
I think if it does, it comes from Fury stopping.
If Fury goes to the body of Usyk after what Dubois showed he can do, I don't know.
I don't. I think with Fury's height, And with Usyk's side, I think it's harder to hit the body for Fury than what a lot of people think.
Yeah, because he's 4 inches taller, 5 inches taller.
5, and I think Usyk's going to hit Fury's body probably more than what Fury will hit Usyk's.
And that could do damage.
Who are you trying to convince, Daz? Us or you?
All of us. All of us. 'Cause we're all unsure.
I'm looking forward to your prediction, Carl.
I tell you what, though, lads, this is what makes it such a great fight because none of us know what's going to happen. Genuinely,
that's it. I'm expecting a split panel here, definitely.
In British boxing or in world boxing, in my opinion, this is the biggest 50-50 fight we will ever probably see because no one can say for sure Fury's going to do it. No one can say Usyk's going to do it. These are two of the very best of a generation, and they're going to put it all on the line in Saudi Arabia and Riyadh. No one can say for sure that one person's going to do this or do that because we just don't know. And that's
to be fair, I know one man, Neutral. He's a man that always gets it right. Where are you going?
Staying, brother.
Yeah, I agree, Neutral.
Yeah, same.
I agree.
Well then, Stevie, over to you, mate.
Yeah, the guys are absolutely right. It's 50-50 all the way through.
Not you as well.
Yeah, well, I've got to commentate this Saturday, so I've got to have an element of neutrality here. And the reason I can do that is because I'm Scottish, so it's easy for me to, step
on
back,
the fence.
On the fence, totally 100%
Let's hope you don't go past the first round because your football team can't, but moving on.
Oh, you're evil.
That's a low blow, Carl. Low blow. No wonder you live in London now.
We'll start calling Carl Daniel Dubois.
He's only in London because his wife sent him away.
You've been still on my fence again.
Look, the last time I seen Undisputed was Lennox Lewis versus Evander Holyfield back in 1999, and then subsequently, Klitschko in 2003. This fight has that same element because at that time, no one could pick between Holyfield and Lewis, and certainly no one could pick between Klitschko and Lewis in 2003 due to Lewis's age, 38 years of age, and I guess the guy 10 years younger than him, Vitaly Klitschko, and there's not a lot of difference between Fury and Usyk, but the same dynamics of it's 50-50. No one can say. You've had Fury come off a terrible performance against Francis Ngannou back in August 2023. You got Usyk coming off a less than impressive performance against Daniel Dubois. Fury looks good in training. Usyk's always looks good in training, but I'm not going to go along with the people that are going to just pick Usyk by a knockout or anything like this. I do agree with whoever said it before. I think it goes to points. However, I think Usyk will be winning, and they're going to end up calling it a draw.
That's what my thing about it is. The way they keep harping on about Fury and Joshua.
Usyk's going to get robbed. Usyk will get robbed.
I feel like for Usyk to win on points, I do feel like he's going to have to be completely dominant. But I do think he's going to
have to knock him down, isn't he? He's going to have to.
Yeah.
Couple of times, maybe.
I just don't want any. This is my worry with this fight to set up the second one. Is there going to be something dodgy happening with the scorecards? And the way they keep harping on about Fury and Joshua in the future, it does make you wonder.
It's like
as well.
I hope not.
This could derail it if it goes the wrong way, i.e. Usyk wins. So the draw would be the perfect outcome for Turkey Al Sheikh, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
exactly.
16-1 the draw.
Sets up another big money fight and card.
Yeah,
I can't argue with that. I tell you, lads, I can't argue with that. Goes
Harrison
next.
Yeah, I'm a real a devoted historian of the sport, and I have this sort of obsession of going back and sort of relaying fights of yesteryear to the ones of now. And it's been very synonymical this week with the Ali Frasers of the past, the Tyson fights, Joshua fights, Wilder Fury trilogy. There is an endless, brilliant bucket list of heavyweight fights that you can just sit there and watch. But I would have to say, on terms of it, the popularity and the engagement and everything, this is the biggest fight in the history of boxing, or at least in modern boxing. It is just an event that has capsulated everybody around the world. It's more than just a boxing match now. It is an international, global event. And I'm so thankful to Saudi Arabia and to all the promoters who have managed to come together and make this. It's just, I can't wait. Like, I'm getting
thank you,
giddy
to His
now.
Excellency, sir. Thank you to His Excellency, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
big up
thank
his
you. Yeah, just
Thank
don't
Turkey.
shot my head off. And just, you know, it's one of those things that I hate doing this because everybody else has, but again, it's the ebb and flow. You pick one person, then you pick another, and you just sat there and you just know, and not one of us knows. I think it was Raw Boxing Show who tweeted earlier too, saying that if Usyk was going to take this on points, he'd probably have to win at least 9 rounds, because there is that worry, isn't there, that obviously Fury was the first to have the links in with Saudi Arabia, and he's got a good connection with Turkey Al Sheikh. So that worries me. Breaking the fight down, the two big things that I've noticed in the build-up is, and you can't get away from it, Tyson Fury's weight looks like he's going to come somewhere between 240, which is going to be near enough a career low. But then also, and it was Barry Jones who pointed this out, Usyk looks like he's going to weigh in around that 220 mark for the 4th straight fight at heavyweight, which just shows his utter professionalism. I think that the two big things are going to be Fury wants to be quicker on his feet to get away from Usyk, which I think is probably the right strategy. But then, of course, how much power is he giving up? We didn't see him throw many hard punches against Ngannou. That's what's made this fight significantly closer for me. I think if he'd have gone out and battered Ngannou in a round, we'd probably all be a bit more on Team Fury, but we don't know that. But then again, Usyk didn't look great against Dubois. That's, you know, it's really critical. They're both coming off 2 of the worst performances of their career in some time, and that's just adding to the fascination for me. You're going to ask for a prediction, and I'm going to say this with gritted teeth and probably change my mind at least 5 times, but I do think Tyson Fury's just a little too classy for him. We know how good and technical Usyk is, but I just think this is the biggest lad he's ever been in with. Fury has abilities to bully him around the ring when he needs to. He's got that power if he carries it down at 240 pounds. So I just want to side with the Englishman in Tyson Fury. Going to go with a 10th round knockout. I do think this one doesn't go through 12 rounds. I think they're going to be way too physical on each other from the get-go. But I can't wait.
Thank you, Harrison.
Jab it.
Second, guys. Same as everyone else, I've been on the fence today. I've been watching either of their fights. And for me, I agree with Harrison. Fury by a stoppage. But I expect the first few rounds to be like a chess match in the sense of who's going to take the bait in the feints. Because I think that's where it's going to be won mentally. Like, Usyk will put so much pressure on me there with just his footwork, just outside of range. But he's very clever at slipping that jab once he's drew it from you. But if Fury can sort of draw the attack from Usyk, that's where Usyk gets caught the most, is when he's the first on the attack. Fury's inside fighting as well is quite underrated in the way he works the body. He doesn't dip in with him. He sort of swoops him under. And the only problem with Fury, he can't get complacent pulling out. So he has a bad habit of pulling out straight, especially when they're
held high.
Yeah. And I think that's where Usyk be looking for that overhand left, but he also turns it to a left hook at the end. And I think that's where he'd catch a lot of people unaware. And that's where he gets the points and the flashiness, because he goes through the gears. Once he's hit you once, it's bam, 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 bam.
Yeah, 100%.
But if Fury, he's obviously coming in light, like everyone else have said, I would expect that it could possibly be the same as how it was when he fought Klitschko. Just jab all night, try and draw the feints, heavy feints to try and get Usyk to either stop, second guess himself, or draw an attack, and that's where you'll look to counter.
Usyk's better technically, I think, than Klitschko, though. Far better.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he is, because he's a natural cruiserweight. But at the same time, Klitschko was a robot boxer who can do exactly what Usyk does. Like, they're taught in the same sort of schools, you know, they're robotic. It's bang, 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 bang. They know how to work, move.
I mean, I mean, it was a while back as well. Even Tyson Fury said he saw this. I mean, I know it's only spar and you can't take a lot from it, but Tyson Fury said he saw the spar between Usyk and Vladimir Klitschko, and Usyk ran rings round him.
Yeah.
I don't think
it's going to be quicker.
Sorry, James. I think Fury needs to avoid turning southpaw as well in this fight.
Which I think he might mix up a little bit in this.
Yeah. I think Fury's
expecting that, and Fury's nowhere near as good a southpaw as he is in orthodox, and he'd be more comfortable then probably.
Yeah.
Tell you what, I agree with the boxing facts there. I see a lot of cancelling each other out. I completely agree.
Yeah, chess match, 100%.
Definitely.
So who's going to take the bait?
Yeah, 100%. Carl.
Looking forward to this one, Carl.
Yeah, so I've got a bit of a different take on this. People are drawing strength from the Ngannou performance when his Tyson's shot isn't his shot. He didn't prepare for that fight. Let's be brutally honest. I was in Morecambe a couple of weeks ago. The only thing that does concern me, I think he might be a little bit too light.
Yeah, I
agree.
Yeah, there's a sweet spot in there, a bit higher up in weight, where John Fury often says. Remember, that's the reason why Ben Davison got the flip, because he was coming into fights too light. And John Fury said he was weak as a kitten. So that's a little concern for me. But I just can't find a scenario where Usyk wins. I'll be brutally honest. I never have done. I never will do. I hope Sugar Hill has got into Fury's head about the Kronk style, seek and destroy. None of this fighting off the back foot crap.
Yeah, but if he's coming in light, though, do you think he is going to do that seek and destroy?
Darren, probably not. That's my point. But I would have kept the weight on him a little bit. And I would have done the Kronk style, Jim, seek and destroy, because a bigger normally beats a big little. And you talk about inside fighting all you like and this, that, and the other. But Fury's
got to be all over Usyk, haven't he?
Yeah, Fury's not the fighter that he was in years gone by when he's with Peter Fury off the back. But I don't think he's in his legs anymore. I don't think he's got the legs to do it. So I would want to see him. He's not going to have to go looking for Usyk, but I'm not. I think they'll have a good look at each other for 2 or 3 rounds, but eventually I think Tyson Fury will start opening up, especially when he feels. I don't think Usyk can keep him off. I just don't think he's got the power to keep him off. So I'm going to go.
Sorry, Carl. Look how Usyk struggled against Chisora for the first 6 rounds. Like that pressure that Chisora was constantly in his face as well. I think Fury needs to employ a similar game plan, leaning on him, hitting him in the arms. And just wearing him out and stop him late.
Was only his second fight at heavyweight, though, as well.
He was.
Yeah,
and Chisora's a big, strong lump as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
Mind you, so is Fury.
That's what. Yeah, I just think the blueprint set for Usyk into work the body. If he's good enough to do that, which I think he is, I think he'll stop him, and I think he'll stop him in round 7.
Beautiful.
Okay, cool. Hawkan.
No sitting on the fences from me, by the way. None of this. If this happens, I think
what excited you here, Cole, mate.
I think Usyk might win between round 1 and 12, or Fury will win between 1 and 12. That's what I'm hearing at the minute. Come on, give it a
yeah. Come on, Darren. Hawkan, over to you.
Be straight.
That's why I've gone for the draw.
I have changed my mind 3-4 times in the last 2 days about this fight.
Same as me.
And thinking more about the fight, I think it's gonna be a chess match, and I think that it will go to decision, and I believe that Usyk needs to win 9 to 10 rounds to get the decision.
Yeah, that's my worry.
So I will go with Tyson Fury winning on decision, even though he's not won
not a lot
7 rounds.
Well, there's no point Usyk turn up then, is there? Really? If he's going to win 9 to 10 rounds, you better stay in the hotel.
Yeah, but you can't blame people for thinking that though, because
he's Turkey's boy.
Yeah, but there's nothing to suggest anything like that's happened in the past up to now, is there?
What about the Ngannou win?
Yeah, but there's still arguments where you can see where Fury won
9 to 10 rounds and still got the points win because it was in Saudi under Turkey. He wanted the Usyk fight. You can't get a bigger indication.
It's not just that. It's for me. You can tell. Turkey Al Sheikh, the way I mean, we all would love to see, but he really is harping on about he wants this Fury Joshua fight now. Maybe I don't know. Maybe he's thinking, well, even if Usyk won, we could still have Fury and Joshua. But you need belts on the line with Fury and Joshua, I think, really.
If they're going to be in Saudi,
an unbeaten Fury.
Do you need belts on the line?
An unbeaten Fury is worth far more to the Turkey Al Sheikh than an unbeaten Usyk is.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Right, I'll give my say so now anyway, lads, before we wrap this up. I've swung back and forward multiple times. And I mean, literally 6 or 7 times I've changed my mind. My original thought when this was first announced was Usyk points victory. Then I started thinking Fury might get to his body and stop him. And then I started thinking Usyk's too skillful to be done like that. After what Dubois done, he's going to learn from that. And he's going to be better defensively, especially to the body. So then I thought Usyk might try and take Fury out. Then I changed again and thought maybe Fury will just like old man him and lean on him and take it on points. Then I thought it might be a robbery job. And then now I'm going to stick to this. I'm going for Tyson Fury to grind Usyk down and stop him in the 10th. And I think it's going to be to the body. I just think he's just going to work on him from round 1. I think that's going to be the game plan. They know Usyk's a little bit weak around the midriff. And I just think Fury's going to work on that, and eventually get to his man and stop him in the 10th.
I'll tell you what, Jams, you better not be clipping all them examples up and then putting them out on social media when they're
We're gonna get 7.
Every eventuality there.
We're gonna get 7 different versions.
Yeah.
I don't clip anything, mate. You'll never see a clip video on my page.
Jams gets it right. That's what will be headline.
Jam's always right. Jam's always right. And if he's
honestly, it's just refreshing that Carl's picking on someone else. Do you know what? Before I say mine, Dubois was too inexperienced. He had Usyk hurt, but didn't jump on him. Let Usyk get rhythm, momentum back. If that was better heavyweight, Usyk may have been stopped.
Well, let's be honest, mate. Let's call a spade a spade. Usyk was stopped to the body. He was down for 5 minutes. Let's be truthful. He was stopped by Dubois. Dubois should be the unified champion.
But
no, it was a low blow.
We can only go by what's on paper, can't we? We can only go by what's on paper.
You can see when Wilder knocked Fury down, he got about 25 seconds to get up, didn't he? So
exactly.
This is it.
But at the start of the fight, though, the referee clearly pointed to the bottom of Usyk's belt as an okay place to punch. He punched him in the middle of that. So how is that a low blow?
But the one angle I've seen as well, Usyk was sort of moving up and pivoting away.
He pulled his chest up so it looked like he was going down when he actually wasn't. He went straight to the midriff, and it was a decent shot, in my opinion.
Into it.
And I think it should have been stopped, and I think Daniel Dubois, Triple D, should have been our unified champion there and then.
Yeah,
I think you can look at other stuff though, because you can look at, say, for example, Fury's cut way back.
Wally.
Yeah, against Otto Wallin, when I've seen cuts. I've seen people pulled out of fights for cuts a lot less than that. And that was awful. Yeah. That was everywhere. But it was what it was. They let him get on with it. He went through the fight. He went through the motions, and there it was. He got what he wanted.
Even with, if you call it a low blow, let's say it was a low blow, he still laid on the floor for over 5 minutes. You know what I mean?
The referee told him to.
How many pro boxers do you see lay on the floor for 5 minutes?
How many footballers do you see do it?
Exactly, yeah. Footballers are pussy.
But let's be honest though, like Neutral's saying though, I think at the same time, the referee said, take your time.
The referee
let's forget. You can't blame him for taking advantage.
It sounded like he was having a baby.
But he's only doing, isn't he? What the official was allowed.
He's only doing what he was told.
Yeah, but I don't think choice Neutral. I don't think if the referee had said, "Come on, get up, stop pessing about," I don't think he'd have got up.
I think he would have done. I think he would have done.
I do. Yeah.
I think if he,
mate.
I think if
he would have got straight back up.
Honestly, I think if you've got a situation, you've got an opportunity to take that time and get yourself back, you'll take it. Like,
was quite a
how
high
many-
pace
no,
as
how
well at
many,
that time, wasn't
how
it?
many take 5 minutes? Have you ever seen any other boxer take 5 minutes? Really?
They are entitled to. You have to remember that.
Yeah,
That you
but
are allowed 5 minutes.
well, we're not saying
20
boxers take
seconds,
5
30
minutes.
seconds, 40 seconds, a
But-
minute and a half, not 5
Yeah, but
minutes.
what?
I was
But
done.
you're.
No, just I'm saying
But
that he is
Jan-
allowed to.
But Jan, that's
Yeah,
that's
you're
He's allowed up
that's the
to
thing.
5 minutes.
He's
I
He
allowed,
didn't take 5 minutes.
It's in bad taste for me.
but
You know,
but
you want to
he's
get back
allowed
to
to.
He was hurt. He was hurt, and he was
All
done.
right, all right.
But all I will say is, if you've got a 5 minute maximum limit, you are
You
entitled
take
to take up to the 5 minutes, whether people
Yeah, of
agree or
course.
not.
But most
Yeah.
fighters don't. Most fighters
No.
don't. You must agree on that.
No, I agree. But then
It showed his
it's-
weakness to me. It showed that he can be got at to the body.
he's
That's what it
within his
showed me.
rules, isn't he? He's within his rules, so
Yeah, but
he's.
he can be
Go
got
on,
at.
Jams.
That's the only time I've ever doubted Usyk. It showed me he can be got at to the body. If
See-
he'd have jumped straight back up like most, shook his bits about and said, "Right, come on, let's go,"
Yeah, but
I wouldn't.
yeah,
even
but not
in this,
but-
you know?
not technically,
All we'll-
not technically though, because it was a low blow, so he can't be got to the body. So.
All I
Oh,
will
yeah,
say
but
is,
it's still to the body, isn't it?
all I
How many
will
low
say
blows-
is,
Yes,
though,
Darren.
he
Carry on fighting. It happens.
he
all the
will
time.
he still got up. He was still as whether we think it was a low blow or not, regardless of that, he still got up, and Dubois still
Right,
didn't
after
take
the
advantage. That's
Yeah.
the big thing. He still
then he
didn't take
quit.
advantage.
Another fight
Yeah.
could have took place before that. You know what I mean? You could have had another fight in the ring before he
Yeah,
got
you
up.
could have had another float fight going on while they were waiting, but it's
No,
you know,
pussy.
it's,
Mate, he could have got up after 1.5 minutes and said, "Yeah, it was a low blow." Got up and then shook his bits about and got on with it. But he didn't. He laid
Oh,
there
like
for 5 minutes. Just-
100%. He knew what he was doing, Usyk.
Yeah.
Whether some people call it cheating or whatever, but like neutrally's right. If he's allowed 5 minutes, technically he hasn't done anything wrong. But
That's
he
true.
took the piss with it.
But do you agree it's a
Basically,
big
he did.
move though?
He
In
took the
terms
piss
of
with it,
boxing,
but
do you want to
it
see
was
your
allowed to be done.
fighters do that? Really? Do you want to see? Would you like Tyson Fury to lay on the floor for 5 minutes crying about something that never really happened? It's
No,
just-
I think-
Tyson Fury was under pressure. If Tyson Fury was under pressure from Usyk and Tyson Fury took a suspected low blow, you're damn
do
right
think.
he'd take 5 minutes.
yeah.
You reckon?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Just blowing apart, that's why.
He's too much of a man, mate. He wouldn't want to let anyone think he's pussy.
Don't
I think
put, no. It's strategy. You're taking away his wind. You're taking away
I
his
get
momentum. And
it's good in sense,
in actual
but-
fact, you're getting him to reset. Look at Daniel Dubois. All that time that was taken,
He took off.
took everything. He had 2 minutes, 30 seconds to finish that round and finish Usyk. In fact,
he
Usyk
didn't.
finished stronger.
because of the 5 minute
Yeah.
wait.
It's strategy.
exactly.
Is to, I'm telling you now, if Usyk was under pressure, if Fury was under real pressure from Usyk and took a low blow, he'd take 5 minutes.
I hope he does, but I doubt he would. I think he'd be up in 30 seconds fighting in 1 minute. I really do. He's a fighting man like his dad. That's the job, by the way.
Is that the switch to the next chapter? What we're going to talk about now?
No, we're not. I'm going to. I'll give you my 10 pence. I genuinely the concern for me was, and I see this as a bit of concern, is Fury had the opportunity to come in and do what he normally does, weight advantage. Obviously he's got the height advantage. We all know that. But the weight advantage, I thought he would have come in heavier than what he has come in. That would have been the ragdoll mentality that he wanted to, impose, like he said, that other heavyweights should have done to Usyk, but yet he's at a career height, lightest. And for me, I just think that works into Usyk's hands, in my opinion. And I think that's given Usyk probably that little bit more, as you say, he's coming in steady weight for the 4th time in a row. He looks great as well. Let's be honest. He looks really comfortable at that weight. And you can just see it in his eyes. There's something about Usyk that just makes me feel like he's going to do it. I'm with Carl in the sense of it is Tyson Fury. I think if you get the best Tyson Fury, I think he beats anyone. I think that's where he's at. But I just think being that bit lighter, he is almost taking away a little bit of his armory. And for me, I think Usyk will take that on points. So for anyone in the comments, the crafty, cheeky bastards who are saying that Joel sits on the fence, you can go and sit on the post.
Well, there was a bit in there, Joel, where you did give a scenario where Fury might win, didn't you? So there was a few splinters in your arse there.
Yeah, but I pulled him out at the end.
Comment
I think you have to. No, but I think you have to give credit to Fury. I'm not saying, I'm not saying, oh, this is going to be a walkover, because I don't see that in the slightest. I don't see that. I don't see that from either side. I think we can all agree on that one, and that's why this fight is so great. But I just think with Fury dipping in that weight and coming down at a career lightest, I just think it plays more towards Usyk. And I've been the same as Jam. It's been like that. It has been like that. But I just think, hopefully, heading into Saturday, I'll have the same point of view.
The celebrity coach has agreed with all you guys against me. Thank you, Daz. He said, if my fighter's starting to blow on the tides, turning on, they get hit with a low blow, not you bet. I'm taking them to take the full 5 minutes.
Every day of the week.
He's agreeing with you, lads, that he'd take the full 5 minutes if they got hit low.
Every day of the week.
Yeah.
And he's a professional trainer, so he knows a lot more than me, mate. So I'm going to have to back down on that one now.
Oh, good.
I've been cooked.
Well, it's win at all costs, isn't it? Win at all costs. So if the ref's giving him 5 minutes, it's not Usyk's problem, is it? He's going to take the full 5 minutes.
Yeah, it is true, and I agree with that. And that was what I was trying to get across. But
let's be honest, though. I think we'd see it in any sport now, Jam. I think we'd see it in any sport now. If someone said, if a referee said in a football, take your time. You would lap that up knowing you're going to get 5 minutes added on. That's how football works now.
Look how long Arsenal time waste week in, week out. It's filtered into all sports, isn't it?
It can work against you.
Isn't it?
You can remember. Imagine you're in a fight. Imagine you're in a fight. You're full on going
in soccer.
5 minute wait. It can literally make you go cold, and you can get stiff, and your muscles can tighten, and it can become a problem.
That happens in football as well, but they don't stop the game.
5 minutes, I don't care.
Yeah.
Well,
exactly, they stop the game for a clash of heaps.
But I don't know, maybe that's just me. I'm ADHD though, so attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, mate. I'm always up for jumping up and going again. That's probably why I don't stop.
But
anyway, another day again.
It's going to be a cracker this weekend. Mr. Boxing Facts has put an interesting one out. Do we know who the ref is for the fight yet?
Yeah, I saw that. I can't remember his name, but it's
is it an American?
Isn't it special guest referee Turkey Al-Sheikh this weekend?
Yeah. Are you sure it's not John Fury?
I don't know if it's Harvey Dog.
But Usyk if he gets too close.
How big's the ring?
It's Mike Tyson.
Jake Paul could be in there too.
It's Mark Nelson.
Like I say,
great referee.
It's going to be a cracker regardless. I think when we look at this, we're all buzzing for this weekend. It's going to be quality. I'm just going to go around quickly just before we finish. I'll go to Jam, and it's literally just say the fight you're more looking forward to: Fury Usyk or Opetaia Briedis. I'll go first. I'm looking forward to Opetaia Briedis too. That for me, that's a cracker. Jam.
Opetaia Briedis, mate.
Hawkan.
I was looking for the judges for the fight.
That's all right. I was just saying. Fury Usyk. Would you prefer Fury Usyk or Opetaia Briedis, Hawkan?
Fury Usyk.
Yeah, Carl.
Fury Usyk.
Javit.
Fury Usyk.
God, I feel like a minority now. Harrison.
Is Cordina Cacace a option?
There's always one.
No, I'll go with Usyk and Fury.
Neutral.
Undisputed, baby.
Mr. Aston.
Fury Usyk, but I also like another chess match on the card as well. Caballero versus Frank Sanchez. I like that fight. Another chess match.
Real good.
Yeah,
Should do a prediction on tomorrow, lads. Or
Very, very close fight again, that one for me.
Neither of them get to the top of the division.
I really like Caballero. I like him.
Slick.
No.
I like him.
Well, like we say, lads, we're looking forward to this weekend. So thank you, Jam. Thank you, Hawkan. Even Carl. Thank you, Jabbit Boxing. Thank you, Harrison. Neutral, as always. Darren, you're always welcome, mate. Big shout out to all of you and your channels. You're all doing great stuff. It's great to have people from all over the place and that we just share the love of boxing, basically. It's in a good place, and this weekend we get to see it top of the bill, and this is going to ripple around the world, this sort of fight. So let's look forward to this one. Subscribe to all the channels that are out there. As I say, boys, do you want to give a shout out to your channels quickly, Carl?
Yeah, thanks, Joel. Thursday, 7 p.m, Last Bell Boxing. Cheers.
Jabbit.
Yeah, TikTok, Twitter, Insta, and YouTube. Jabbit Boxing. Give it a like, please.
Harrison, you're a bit of a free flow, aren't you?
Freelance, but I've got the website as well that we write on. So straight after the entire card, there'll be a full review of the entire thing, and there's a feature coming out tomorrow as well. I've done a couple of interviews, so hfboxing.co.uk. Get over there for a few pieces.
Cool. Thank you very much. And our boy down the bottom.
Neutral's Corner.
Neutral's Corner. Commentary and Hard Talk USA.
And that's on
You'll
iBoxing.
find me on YouTube.
And Darren is the I suppose you can't really call him boxing whore, but he's
There you go.
He'll go anywhere.
The man, the myth, and the legend.
That's it. And it's Aston Darren.
Aston Darren. Yeah.
That's how you get him on X.
So
Yeah.
honestly, thank you very much, everyone, as always. And Hawkan, who is just, well, he's our boxing encyclopedia. The guy's an absolute
100%.
legend. Jam, as always, thank you very much at Jam's boxing chat. And you've been watching Boxing Media Hub. Hit the subscribe button on all of them below, and we will catch up with you soon. Until next time, go on, Jam. I'll let you lead us out.
Have some of this.
Have it. See you all soon, lads. Take care.
God bless,
Okay.
fellas.
God bless.